Hello out there. We're back. We're live. Welcome, my awesome amigos, to the NDA Podcast. It is March 28th. Oh, man. Beware the Robs of March. I'm Rob D. Welcome to my little hangout on Sketchcraft. This is where I work on my projects. Right now I am working on Spawn Kills Ever Respawn. It comes out this summer 2024. And if I show this to you, I've been listening to Syphil and Ollie, so just bear with me. If I show you what I'm working on right now, my editor Thomas, he will come kick my ass. Can't do it. I can't do it. I want to show you, but he won't do it. He'll thump me. So what I'm going to do is behind me, I'm going to play an old video today. I got a Hellboy Saucy watercolor. Let's bring that up. Little Rob. There's a little Rob. Let's bring up the video. There it is. Now, so you know, this is the first thing I think I ever streamed with me painting. I drew this free on the paper. That's why that arm is way too long. You know, that arm is way too long. I did this in 2013. This is for a friend of mine. They were just like, I always wanted something from you. So they said Hellboy, and I gave this a shot. It was on 11 by 14 paper. I painted this and got it kind of going, and then I started recording. So, you know, this is old. This is like the oldest, you know, like I did this right after the Avengers stuff. So, long time ago. Probably could have just stopped right here, but I'm going to keep going and darken this piece up way too much, because that's what I do. Fun fact about this piece right there. If you look at right there at the top, right hand corner, my right, your left, whatever. There's a little bat up there. I gave him a little bat creature. I've been trying to put a little bat creature in every project I've ever worked on since I've started working. And I just haven't been able to get one across the finish line because things always get canceled. But in Spawn Kills Ever Respawn, I gave him a little bat named Buddy. So very similar design, and I gave Buddy hands. He's got long arms and hands, so he can shoot guns and stuff. So this is a giant turtle rock, because I thought, hey, Hellboy sits on tops of rocks, and they're usually shaped like something. It's kind of the whole point for this. So this is actually just straight up watercolor. You know, nothing too fancy about all this. This is like a raw sienna, I think. Definitely stopped using basic watercolors because they would just sort of not give me the vibrancy I need and get a little muddy. But hey, you know what I mean? Like, came out all right. I mean, if you got this commission, you wouldn't complain, I think, you know. Pretty good. It's all right. I'm not going to complain. But there's line weight issues, and that arm's just way too long. But like I said, this is more of a traditional Mignola-ish style Hellboy. Thin, right? Thin triangle shapes, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm currently working on pages 19 and 20. I'm at the end of the 4th issue. Kind of working on these simultaneously. Sometimes I do that with more simpler pages. These are like kind of story driven a little bit. And I ran into slight problem with the last page, and I kind of wanted to talk about that. So without giving anything away, just general design notes about your comics. I can tell you that Mr. McFarlane is really big on making sure that the last page is like cliffhanger worthy images and stuff, you know, like you gotta like hit them with the last page, get them to want to come right back and stuff. And sometimes that, to me, like gets in the way. I don't know, the storytelling isn't always set up that way, so it's like I've had to like adjust. Maybe the last panel has like a certain acting things. Maybe they're, I don't know, this comic breaks the fourth wall, so I do that sometimes. Maybe it's a big image and a small image or a full page. But I do find that when I get to the end of the even though I've thumbnailed these out before I start, I always get to the end and I'm like, is this really the way to go? You know, is this really, like, you feel like that was the end of the issue? Because, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm sure that feedback comes from, I mean, I've looked, I went and grabbed every last page of any comic Todd ever did just to kind of study, because I'm psycho like that. I'm like, all right, that I get it, that, oh, not there, oh, that's just a storytelling, you know, I'm always amazed. There really is no one way to do it, but you know, just a bit of advice on his end. And you know, for me, I'm like constantly like, if I get notes, I try to make sure I'm incorporating them, but I'm also like doing my version of that incorporation. So it needs to, you know, match the script, but it also needs to kind of exceed the script. It's kind of like, I'm not a big fan of comic book scripts that are written out where they describe every little thing and you were just drawing whatever they wrote. I think perhaps with AI, that's going to become less and less because you could just prompt in a script and get a real generic looking panel. I really do think having an artist be able to interpret the visuals into an image that works on the page, not on a frame of like a movie frame, is the way to go with comics, especially American comics. I can't speak for manga. I think that's a different beast altogether, to be honest with you. The old, look at that, the old setup right there. I think I'm painting this on Kansan mixed media paper. I'm pretty certain of it. 2013. Or 2014, somewhere around there. I can't remember. I'm like, yeah, how do you paint in sword gleam? I don't know. Yeah. So I spent a lot of time today just like double checking my layouts and re-thumbnailing to make it clearer, more simpler, more bolder. I think that's just, you know, and not repeating too many page layouts. Like you do find, man, once you get like 80 pages, 100 pages deep on a comic, you need to kind of like, even though you get a rhythm, you want to make sure you're also not just repeating your same layouts over and over again. That would make things move faster, I admit it, but on a smaller page comic where I think the design plays a big importance, not just turning the page, I think you need to, especially at the end, kind of like flip it a little bit. Especially, maybe the way to think about it is like, if you're going to come up with a different tempo for the last, you know, for the next issue, start it on the last 3 pages of the issue before that, so it kind of blends in. Of course, right now the only tempo I can tell you is I just cranked the lines up to 10 million. Like the lines, the amount of lines on some of these pages, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But you know, I just take it as, hey, you know, I took on the, I want to draw a comic in the vein of those 90s Image comics, you know, with all the things I love, not just the pinups, but like, you know, the character expressions, stuff I read in Bone and stuff like that, and Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. But trying to mix all that in is just, it's a little bit of a challenge. Like, this was the issue I worked in vertical panels. I didn't get to a lot of vertical panels. Todd used to do vertical panels all the time, like in Spider-Man and those early Spawns. So I was like, I need vertical panels, vertical strips. And I won't lie, man, like a lot of scripts are sort of, saturation's a little high. Let me turn it down. A lot of scripts are sort of written for like widescreen panels for whatever reason. Not just this. I'm not bagging on, you know, John Healy's writing, dude. He's a great writer. But yeah, it's just like, okay, maybe not every, you know, I can't, just because it's written that way and it's envisioned that way. Oh, that's too dark. Maybe don't do that, you know. Let me adjust. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I would get real weird if there are layouts I would do that will not fly. in mainstream comics. So it's like, I know because I sketch those and they're like, what is this? I'm like, oh, different. So maybe one day with my own stuff, that's the place to do that. But you will have to figure that out for yourself. Alrighty, so I'm hoping to be done with these 2 pages by Monday, and then I can draw the cover and then move on to issue 5 and wrap this sucker up over the next couple months. And that'll be that. And we'll see if we'll do more. That's up to you folks. You're gonna have to buy it. Someone's gonna have to buy it. If it ain't you, it'll be somebody. And then we'll see if we ever do any more. But I'm proud of the work I've done. You know, I'm proud of the work I've done. There are some things I didn't know how to do when I started. Not to completion, to sketch, yes, but like how was I gonna get this into completed inks? I didn't know if I could do it, you know. So you always gotta like push your own limit, you know, like compare what you're doing to what you've been capable of, you know, and then how can you exceed. Oh yeah, so you know, this is going to be like a couple different things. So since this wasn't the whole painting, when this Hellboy gets done, there's a flat Hellboy sketch I did. Like, it's a rando sketch once, testing out distress inks. I want to say like a couple years later, I just threw that in. So this is just some random stuff. Like, this was for a friend, a gift for a friend. And then the other one was just some rando sketch. Hopefully I'll be able to stream again tomorrow during the day. But my wife had her post-op appointment. And so I had to be there for that. And then that was yesterday, and then today I just was sitting here trying to figure out tighten up these layouts. Yeah, tighten up isn't in the word, just like trying to make it work for me. I used to paint this mostly with the liner brush, because those drips work really well with that thin liner. I just kept adding. Color as a texture. Basically what I would describe that as. After I do a Rage Vitality piece or 2 for Shelby Robertson, Mr. Shelby Robertson. Check him out, American Discord. Shelby Robertson's Rage Vitality. I'm going to do some of that. When I get done with that, I think I'm going to take on some Hellboy. It's been a while. Yeah. Definitely might. I think I want to do another one. It's been a while. It's been a while. And reds are not easy for me to. I still think reds are hard. Reds are hard to color and paint in properly. I feel it's the one where I'm like, does it feel red enough? I don't know. It always feels off to me. BT is so funny. Joins in on YouTube. That's good job, man. Thank you. This is from 2013. This is a commission. This is a gift actually for a friend back in 2013. This is the first time I ever streamed doing watercolor on Google Hangouts. Do you remember what that was? Just stressful. It was funny. I was stressful about showing my process, you know, like just painting live. I thought I'd mess up, and now I like watching me mess up. I'm like, went too dark there, buddy. I figured since I wasn't doing any spot blocks, if I went too dark in spots, it would just sort of emulate the Hellboy shadows. That was kind of my theory on that one. And look at that prototype buddy. I've been giving Spawn a little back character and monster characters a little back, like that little back character is like, I've been doing that forever. I tried to put it in Death Jr. I tried to put it in Monstroids. Here I am adding one here. I put one in a Spawn fan art piece I did years ago that I've made a poster in the book. So, and now I finally got my little back character in. So now I've got to get these 2 pages blocked in. So I will definitely go over my comic issue, like comic drawing process, with live demonstrations and videos and stuff in the future. But while I'm working on this, I can at least describe a few things. Like what I tend to like to do when I start is take my thumbnail, drop it in a template, blow it up. But if I got a couple, I can do 2 pages at a time if it's simpler. And I like to block in all the panels first and then do grids, background grids, grid drawing, volume drawing. And tonight is panels and volume drawing, and then tomorrow I will get the backgrounds done on one page and backgrounds done on the other. Oh, there's Brandon. That's Brandon talking. I guess back in Google Hangout days, it used to show people's icon when they spoke. Pretty dumb, huh? I painted that bat too dark. I can already tell. But I'm definitely gonna have to do like painting warm-ups and practice and stuff, so we'll make streams out of that. Later. I think right now I'm just letting paint dry. That's what we're watching. Watching the paint dry. white highlights. White highlights. You look at it now, I probably could have avoided the white highlights and just gotten like a positive marker. Painted in some red highlight. Or even Dollar Rainy makes a good red acrylic. And then I would have saved the white for the left side coming in this way, and the red I would have used the right side going up as an under. All right, so then oh, I see what I was doing. So I'm making pretty good progress. I think, you know, a couple months ago, I was down to like 5 hours of productivity a day. I had really bad, I had some weird digestive issues. It was giving me like panic attacks and stuff. Never had that before. So my diet's pretty good, so I don't know what was going on, but we got it cleared up, and now I'm back to 10-hour days of good productivity. So issue 4 was the hard issue. There's always one that's going to be like, this was a real nightmare to deal with. And for me, it was issue 4. Issue 4 was tough. All right, well, we got borders in. Panels are done for 19 and 20. Pretty easy pages. Really wasn't a big deal. Now I need to... That is not sitting well with me right now. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little weird. All right. Oh, wow, look at that. I think I'm showing off the Batman Saucy. See, this is before I even did the Batman Saucy. I was like, look what I drew. I still have to paint this next. So, yeah. Hmm. Sometimes just work really hard at trying to get scale. Scaling. I got very little room to do it. How to get. You know, these are like imaginary cities, so it's not like I'm like, oh, I'll just take this camera here and photo and just redraw it. It's like, no. I need to warp and bend and curvilinear and do all those little goofy tricks to try and get dynamicism and scale into like city shots or explosion shots. I used to have the hardest time drawing backgrounds digitally, like just because I don't use like perspective grids and stuff, and I'm always doing my own perspective. Okay, I can feel it on the paper, but on the tablet it's always weird. But I've gotten a lot better with it the last year. Some of the stuff I'm doing now, I used to only be able to like, I'd have to print out the page like on a piece of paper and just do it with pens and then scan it in. But gotten, it's a mental thing. You have to get your head like around it. Oh, is that Brandon? Let's see what Brandon's gonna like bail. You watch. Let's see. I had to go to volleyball. I'm waiting for my ex-wife to pick up divorce papers. But he's free tomorrow. Yeah. LOL. He doesn't think I'm being mean. Is the way to go. Anything? Where are we at? Did that wrap that up, or we move on to the next one? So this is the Hellboy sketch I'm gonna do here in this. This is just a flat. I'm gonna have to adjust some of the lighting. I think the lighting was different on this. I might have to adjust the contrast. We'll see when we get there. So this is like when I was first playing around with distressings. So I'm just gonna draw like a flat, cartoonish kind of just Hellboy because he's one color red. You know, I find that I tend to sketch Hellboys or Hulks when I'm practicing color or something because it's like one big color. You know? Red, green, maybe a Max because he's big and purple. This is, oh, look at that, I'm drawing with graphite. I stopped doing this, by the way. All right, let me adjust the filters here because I think it might be a little too contrasty. Edit. Yeah, turn that down, turn the contrast down a little bit. Yeah, let's bring that down. That back up. I just have to like adjust for the lighting conditions were not that great when I was doing this stuff. I've gotten better at it. So on the fly, I need to that's good enough. Sometimes I come up with these. Wish you could see. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a photograph. I'm gonna post a quick. Let me turn off my. I think I can post the grids on this. Yeah, I'm gonna take a photograph of this one. I'm gonna post this right now to my Instagram and Facebooks and stuff, so you can see what I'm working on, because I can do just the grids. All right, just put up a just put it up. See, what's cool about watercolor is I can actually just sketch this in pen and just paint, like, especially sketches and stuff. Like, I was trying to make this all like clean, and it's like I just don't sketch that way. Now I would just sketch the whole thing in waterproof pen, you know? I wouldn't even stress over. Oh, is Roman on? Roman's on. Roman's on. I'm gonna jump in and say hi to Roman. Hold on. Let me jump in. Uncle Jerk is streaming right when Rob is streaming. All right, where is... all good. All right, here we go. Everything's posted. That's always fun. All right, block in the buildings. Too bright. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me late night. It's late, but this is the later part of the day. This is an old piece, 2013. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just working on spawn kills every spawn. Well, I got an old Hellboy painting I did back in 2013 in the background. Right now, I am drawing buildings as fast as humanly possible. Trying to get all caught up. I got behind because of some health issues last couple months, but I'm all good now, so I'm just like, move, Rob, move! And without sacrificing the art. But it's definitely like a get moving. Moving. Stuff is due. Very productive night, folks. Very productive night. Racing to get blobbies done for 2 pages. Time is 11:30. 11:30 is quitting time. 11:30 is quitting time. Gotta pick up the kitchen, get to sleep, get back up at 7. Ugh. So I got 2 pages worth of blobbies put in. Pretty good. I got construction done on the backgrounds. Pretty good because in the morning when I started, I didn't even know how the layouts weren't working. I had to completely relay out what I had planned. It was not happening. But now we are here. Save. Now we are here and it is looking good. So I can get backgrounds all drawn into more. Well, I still got to blob in a giant city shot, a very tiny one actually. It's a giant tiny city shot. The tiny city, giant city shot. Shitty shot. That didn't sound good, did it? City shot. But I got to get that put in the morning. And I need to. I'm gonna go before. I gotta pump up some of this perspective. This is a little too. No right angles. Everything has to curve. Everything has to kind of bend. Unless it's like a katana. Katanas never curve. By one rule. Blob that in. Now I gotta go back to page 19 and get the whole half page done tomorrow with the background top. I wrap that up Saturday. Not a complex week. Saturday, early Sunday morning. Saturday's supposed to be my day off, but I ain't taking no days off until I get caught back up. Should be done with page 20 by Monday or early Tuesday morning. Puts me at 3 a week. Normal pages I can do 3 to 4 a week. Complex pages, 1. 1 or 2. Sometimes 2. Sometimes 1. Depends on how, like, when it's my own characters, like my own versions of stuff, like Spawn, like my own designs, 2. 2, maybe even 3, but definitely 2. When I'm drawing like pre-existing characters, like Gunslinger, Medieval, things that I fear people will hate me if I screw up, it slows down. It slows way down, like 1, which is not good, but it all averages out in the end. And then once I'm done with this issue, I got a cover to do, but once I'm done with that, then we're gonna start doing sketches at lunch on Saturdays, sketches at lunch, or sketches at dinner, one or the other, on Saturdays, and I'll get back to doing an art book review of a comic. I'm gonna do comic reviews, but not modern stuff, but just stuff I got lying around. Like I want to go back to doing that, like, but just kind of focusing on the art and stuff. I try to get Brandon, I try to get Paul and other guys to join me, but they're usually busy. Ashley would come on, but she's only awake from like, you know, now till like sunrise, 12 to 12. Doesn't really work out. So I guess I'll just have to do them on my own. Just fine, just perfectly fine. I'm gonna try and repost a Star Wars manga review. Look back that Paul and I did. It got taken down and DMCA'd a couple times, so I'm gonna put that back up and see if I can skate the algos on that. Tomorrow, what videos do I have done? Do I have any done videos? I think I want to put up, let me look really quick. I got a couple minutes here. I want to see, did I record any of my Darksiders stuff? Did I record or stream any of that? We're going to find out right now. We're going to find out right now. Oh, by the way, folks, since I've been streaming consistently, I've lost 50 subscribers on YouTube. So that's good to know. It's good to know. Whatever. Their loss. I did not record the traditional drawings on that, just the digital stuff. Bit of a bummer. Bit of a bummer. Because I have traditional versions of that. Mario goes, love to imagine people going, oh yeah, Sketchcraft. I remember that guy. Screw this guy. What's up? Yeah, I know. Hey man. To quote a psycho in our modern times, the best is yet to come. I'm gonna get plastic surgery and turn my face into a fucking Skeletor. It's gonna be great. But seriously, I mean, what can I do? You know? But we're definitely gonna get. I think what I'm gonna immediately do, maybe Saturday night, is put up I don't know, like, see, someone asked if I can show how I make the stamps I do for the stress ink. I mean, I can show them and kind of look at, I can't really show you how to do it because it's like it's foam with glue on wood. It's not that complex, but I'll go through that. So at some point I gotta deal with that. Well, I got a bunch of stuff I gotta put up too. Mario says my go-to is just call them bots and say that it's YouTube finally get rid of the bots. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think what it is I have like one video had like 120,000 views and they're expecting me to like just to do that forever, so I'm not doing that. I gotta figure out what to render next. I'm not gonna make that decision now. I can always replay a couple videos tomorrow, but like I said, pretty productive night. 100K shooting one. It's back. It's landscape sketches. Like, how do I say this, Mario? They were like, it was like all silhouette weird. Like, I can't. Like, all I was doing was trying to like practice how to like do landscape speed paints, but that was like 10 years ago, and I've done other ones since, and they never hit that mark. So it's like the algorithm assumes that's what people want, but they don't, because I put up other ones and they don't. So it's kind of like it was a fluke. you know? So, and I'm not going to sit around doing a bunch of stuff I can't use. Like everything I do is based around what I'm immediately going to be able to use. So it is what it is, man. You know, like I refuse. Like to me, I've always seen these streams as like a window into the kitchen, right? It's not an entertainment show, you know, where I'm trying to like pander. So that's how I view it. And I've always viewed it that way, and I will continue. I think trying to pander you will eventually just parody yourself. You'll get confused and lost. And I'm 45, man. I don't got any more years to fart around, you know? So yeah. If I feel like making that kind of stuff, or I have a project that needs it, sure, but I can't see how. Stuff I'm doing now is way better anyway, so it's like whatever. Yeah, it's the way it is. It's the way it is. Oh man. All right, let me update my. I keep a peer ref doc and I put snaps of all my current work in there so I stack them so I can show myself my progress so I know what I did. So if someone ever says, what did you really do last night? Well, this is all I did last night. Today just moved a little slow during the day because I didn't know how to solve these last 2 pages. My initial thumbnails did not. Even my writer was like, yeah, do what you need to at the end. It wasn't working. So I had to like simplify. Make sure it felt like the end of an issue. That's something I never really thought about before until I was working on this project. Like what feels like the end of an issue, like visually, because you can write whatever you want. But that doesn't mean visually it's conveying that it's the end of it. It's the end of something. It could feel like the book just cut off. Or it says, I'd argue that there's nothing wrong with pandering. Just need to pander yourself and hope other people share it. Yeah, and they don't. So they do, like the hardcores, but the mass YouTubers, they do not. So like that's just what I've been doing since, man. You know, it is what it is, dude. Okay, one thing before I go. One thing before I hang up here, because this is actually... It's good that I did this, because I'm seeing a problem. But yeah, I've had YouTube call me up before and give me advice, and they you know, all they have to do, man, is actually like all these companies to do is actually share the stuff with the people that subscribe to your channels. You know, if new people, fine, let the algorithm work however you want it to work with. But they don't even share it to the people that actually follow you. So it's like, all right, well, I mean, then what's the point? You know? There we go. Fixed it. Mara says, they tell us to ring the bell, but if I do that for all the people, you're right. Right. Like, come on, man. And look, I've rung the bell and it unrings it. Like, there's guys that go, dude, how come I didn't see that? And then it's unrung. So, no, man, come on, man. You know, not just YouTube, but Instagram and everything else. It's like, whatever. You know, it's a broken record. Everyone knows how this is, you know, like. Fine. It's fine. You know, you people are hanging out. That's what matters to me. All right, you people count. Everyone else, fuck them. No. I wonder what that would look like if I flipped it. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should flip it. Yep, I need to flip it. Flip the panel. It's funny, you know, a couple weeks ago I was struggling drawing one page and now I'm drawing 2 pages at the same time. It's like, that's what happens once you get the juice back going. You're like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Pretty good for 4 hours of effort, folks. Wish you could see it, but trust me, take my word for it. I did a good job. Alrighty, I'm gonna be back on tomorrow, between 2 and 4. Let me just check to see if I did render a video. If not, I will. What am I gonna do tomorrow? What am I going to? Yeah, I don't think I have anything new rendered out, so I will download something and get that going. McClick asked me if I can draw requests. McClick, unfortunately, I can't draw anything. All right, now I'm drawing Spawn Kills Every Spawn, a 5-issue miniseries coming out this summer. And my friend, I am drawing 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. And at least 4 hours on that 7th day. I try to take a full day off, you know, but right now, no requests. I appreciate it though. Yeah. As soon as I get some free time, there's some stuff I want to draw. I want to draw some Reachtality. It's a character from my buddy Shelby Robertson. I got some Scud I want to do and some X-Men stuff and blah, 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 blah. So requests and stuff and commissions and all that kind of come when the comic's done. It's a little much right now to handle multiple projects. But you know what, McClick? If you'd like to see something, just put in there, say what you'd like to see me draw, and maybe if I feel like sketching, I can always work that in. It doesn't have to be a full piece. It could just be a sketch. So just tell me, McClick, if you're still there, what do you want to see? I want to hear it. Because if it's Scooby-Doo, I'm turning this stream off. Like I'm not taking it. You're cut. You're cut. Oh, Scooby-Doo. See? See? What happens? You tell them what you don't want to do, and they're like, why? Why no Scooby-Doo? I'm not a Hanna-Barbera guy. John Galloway hooks up all that Hanna-Barbera stuff. I could not stand those cartoons. I like the Scooby-Doo game on the Genesis, the one that was like a point-and-click adventure. That's it. There was like 2 of them on cart. All right, I am assuming McClig went. I gotta go, folks. I gotta go. It's late. Gotta get to sleep. Gotta get up at 7. Gotta do my walking. Gotta get back to work. I'll be on tomorrow, folks. See you then. Peace. Show is over. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep.